Excuse me, you did what? Hello there, great person, and welcome back to Let's Watch Attack on Titan Blind Season 4. Today we're at episode, I do think it's 15, I'm not sure. And so I did not record this episode after the last one, because I was like, if this is Zeke's backstory, I'm not gonna risk it being an hour-long recording session, because it could be 2 hours or whatever. Or perhaps less, like, you already know, you see it down here, I don't know. Might be a long reaction, might not be. But anyway, let's see where this goes. Just have some fun, or whatever we will have today. Perhaps some more, horrid stuff to watch. And yeah, here we go. And don't forget to like and subscribe and comment on what you thought of this episode when you first saw it. And yeah, let's just see what it's about.
Doch ich frag mich, wer wir sind.
Ooh. I never realized that Liberio had a circular wall. By the way, so yeah. Oh, that's where that idea came from. Wow, Grisha, that's pretty dark. Wow. A, you're gaslighting your child, Grisha. Good job starting that this early. And B, does he though? He didn't look like convinced. He didn't have the fire Aaron in his eyes, but yeah. Oh, who are you, jolly old fellow? Who's that? Oh, he's not an alien. Okay, that's gonna be harsh. Oh. Okay. Yeah, like, what are you doing? Of course you would say that, you poor brainwashed man. Of course, we're going with that. Wow, that was actually really harsh. And I also, like, Zeke saw this. So he saw the situation of the world. Did Zeke betray his parents not because he wanted to betray them, but he was playing, like, the long game as a child? I can't believe that, but holy shit, man. Yeah, they're wet. Holy shit, man. Also, Dina's royalty is also like, oh my god. Wow, holy fuck, man. Wow. Yeah, Zeke's crying, holy shit. Oh my god. Yeah, he's called Zeke, like victory. I mean, we talked about that, but... Soul salvation. Oh, I do think they are having their training here. Ooh, we see the last Beast Titan? Interesting. Yeah. Okay, so several things. Of course, I'm wondering why he was chosen when he fell behind. Also, is this after or before he betrayed his parents? So... Yeah, he might not be competing because he's like, I don't want it. Yeah, perhaps he does not have the drive. Oh. Oh no. Yeah, okay, this is the dude he's got the glasses from, so he might be the one that changed Zeke's view. Perhaps. Why would Grisha want it though? He does have a special power. Is Dina referring to his Titan power? Possibly. Also, Zeke is pretty smug here. Why? Or is he proud? Because I do think Grisha wants him to be a warrior. Like, to infiltrate them, of course, you know, of course, but he does this, but Zeke doesn't. Interesting. Oh yeah, there's the father. Man. Social dance club. Oh my god. The restoration is covered as a social dance club. That's awesome. It's for the wellness of Liberio, yeah.
私たちのやってきたことを
Yeah, and I do think Zeke knows it.
200年前に起きた
The tragedy of Lago.
モンテの3階と
The Titans went on to cause the horrors of Valle and the ravaging of Monte. One thing I don't get yet is, and that is weird, that is so weird. In that book, and I know it's probably false because of that, but I might just miss some pieces. But in that book, we see normal Titans, but the normal Titans are the people they turned into Titans, like the Marlians did, presumably. So it was just the 9 and the rumbling Titans, I would assume. So how does this work? What really happened?
人がエルディア帝国に殺され
Yeah, that is true.
荒野をさまよった
Ooh. Ooh. So the grandfather's telling him the story. Oh my god.
人がいっぱい死んだんで
What are you gonna say, Zeke?
父さんはちゃんと正しい歴史を教えているか
That's so dark. He knows. Okay. He knows.
僕たちはここで償わなくちゃ
What? Is that true?
になってマーレのために戦いたいのか
Okay, now I'm confused. He said the actual history, but if Zeke was told the actual history by his father, by Grisha, it wouldn't have been the story of this. So I'm confused now. You want to become a warrior and fight for Marley, yeah.
僕は
Yeah, no, you don't want to be a warrior.
今度は猫の家の本を読んであげましょ
The
うね
Cat House book. Oh, okay. I'm gonna bet that the Cat House book is the one he's reading. He was reading when he was at Levi's place, like the prisoner. Oh, who's that? Is that Dina? No, no. I do think no. That was his aunt. No, that was Anna. I don't remember what Grisha's sister was called. Oh, poor Zeke. You're not doing well, Zeke. Is this Margot? Oh, why though? Is he just not good enough, or why? Oh, he misses Grisha, yeah. And it's also an Eldian. Of course, I mean, I thought, where are the warriors trained? Inside or outside of Liberio? Probably in Liberio, I guess. So yeah, he sees what he doesn't have, a father here. Because Grisha neglected him a bit.
今日は早く終わったんだ
Oh.
じゃあたくさん勉強できるな。
It's so dark. It's so dark. Let's study more. But doesn't Zeke... I hope Zeke now says I want to play ball. That would be so dark.
反撃は存在しなかったんだ。
Okay, so he does... So Zeke does lie to his grandfather. But why did the grandfather say actual history? He shouldn't know then.
でマーレに都合のいい作り話に過ぎない。
How does he know that, though? How does he know that they're made up? Dina must have told them, I think. Or how did they know? I don't remember how they knew. But Dina must have told them something, perhaps. I do... Or was it the restorationists themselves and we don't know who actually came up with their story? Like, what is the truth here?
マがそのようなことを望まないので
Founder Emir, yeah.
通りだ。分かってきたな、ジーク。
Oh, he's being praised though. It's so dark though, because he's being praised for saying what his father wants and not like being a child. Because, you know, the thing is you need to play as a child to socialize, and Zeke is not that socialized, I guess. Like, normally it shows differently, but, you know, Zeke is not socialized either, really. That's why he's also so detached. You need to play with other kids. If you don't play with other kids, and he doesn't seem to have friends in the war, in the warrior candidates, people, like, we didn't see that at least, so he never played with kids his age he was with them, but he never played with them. So he is really socially awkward, I would assume.
祖国に全てを捧げる覚悟
Oh
のある
wow,
者
he's called out. Yes, he is an outsider here as well.
我が国の巨人を委ねられるわけが
Yeah, wow. So he will disappoint his dad here, though, then.
そのボール投げてくれないか。
Okay. Yeah. The Beast Titan is... he is recruiting him now, but why? He had an eye on him. He was so curious why he didn't try to do his best. That was such a good throw. You could kill some people on horses with that. That's awesome, man. Like baseball. I never played it, but I like it.
ちょっと
Like, I don't even know why. Like, I don't know the rules or anything. It looks cool. I don't know.
やってくれないか。
赤い腕章
Yeah. He knows who he is.
もっとも私の獣の巨人は
Yeah.
ここで玉遊びなんかしてるんだけど。
Why is the Beast Titan not helpful in war? I mean, the Beast Titan does not have a special thing, I do think. It can talk, but cards can talk as well. It can throw very hard, but that's probably why he does train to throw things here. But yeah, other than that,
トム・クサバ
Tom Ksaver. Oh, and he does Titan research. Oh, interesting.
時空イエーガーです
ー。君は筋がいいな。きっとピッチャーに向いてるぞ。
Yeah, he sees that dude as a father now. Oh no. Or he starts like, no, obviously not instantly, but because he's playing with him. And again, this is socializing. Like he socializes with this dude now, and he doesn't socialize with his father because his father's just telling him stories that he might not want to hear because they're like studying things. Like it's not about teaching him meaning or morals, the stories that Grisha reads. It's telling him this was history and this was how it was because I say it. Basically, like, you know, it's very shallow, interesting stuff.
ただいまお父さん今日ね
Oh, is he gonna tell his dad? Oh, what?
るんだグライス。ジークを戦士に。
Ooh.
フクロウが言うには巨人の継承者選びに。
Oh my god, he heard that, yeah. And now he'll probably think his father is disappointed in him. And I'm disappointed. Yeah.
こんなチャンス100年待ったって来ないってこと。
But Zeke does have King Royal Blood, so
そうだとも。ジークなら。
how does he know though? What is his position? I remember him. He blamed Grisha, I think, in the end on the walls where they were turned, but oh god. Who is... Yeah, no, it was the left dude that blamed him. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, that's Grisha. Why didn't I recognize him? He looks so weird without glasses.
ごめん
Well,
母さんの子供なんだからな。
wow, yeah, put pressure on your fucking boy, you dimwit. Oh my god, he's such a fucking useless idiot. It's like... I did talk about that in 3 Body Problem, but I do think it fits here as well, and perhaps I will think of something more. But I still stand by what I said, I think, like, sacrificing your children for your cause... No, man. Like, that's the way to hell. In general, I think. Oh yeah, well, no, wait, we did talk about it in 4-1, I think. Like, whoever does it for whatever, like, cause they think is correct, sacrificing your children is basically saying it is important that we win now, but the future doesn't matter. And every time you say that, I feel it's probably for something really, like, not worth it in the end. Because if you save the present but don't save the future... And he uses his child here as an instrument as well. And by that, his child didn't get socialized. Like, we know Zeke, he isn't socialized. Like, he knows how to act in society, but it's just acting. You know, it's not truly, like, he's dead inside. We know that. When someone said to him, why don't you care that people die? You know, it's like, so that happened here. And the only person that socialized him and saw him as something more than a tool was this weird Tom dude.
マーレへの忠誠を示しエルディアの
Oh, I mean, so yeah, he's so done, he's so brainwashed here. And in that, it's like he wants to be a useful tool, but he also wants to be a child. And that's why he liked to play baseball. And that's why he wants to play. That's just like, that's the child he is still. Like, it's still in him, but it's being drowned by this shaping of his into whatever the fuck they want him to shape into. Yeah, and they stand by the side. Oh my god, that is so sad. Oh wow. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Oh my god, Grisha, go fuck yourself, man. Like... You know, the thing is... I don't think that parents always should... what do you say? Applaud that child for everything it does in that... And I don't mean not praise it, but don't praise it over every like limit or whatever you say. I don't know what the saying in English is, but like don't praise it in that it makes the child think everything it does is correct. And whatever it does, it's brilliant and great and perfect. Because you should I do think it is important, of course, and I try to do that at least to be like, or I will. I mean, my children can't really understand what I'm doing right now because they're too young. But the thing is, you can tell them like, you are great, you're a great person. But you can also tell your child you should still work on stuff. But turning away from your child in disgust when it does something, that's like, holy fuck, man, that's so fucking damaging. Like, in general, one of the, like, disappointment from parents when the parents are a central focus can be very, very devastating to a child. If the disappointment is not merited, like if your child steals or like hurts people seriously in their class or something, I do think you can tell your child, I'm disappointed in you. Because I know I do think that's reasonable, but like with this, if it's not good at sports, not everyone's good at sports. But because Grisha, obviously, I mean, I don't have to spell it out. It's spelled out in the episode, but it's like, Grisha, man, what the fuck? You only care for that one thing and not for your son here. It's so dark. What is Tom saying, though? Oh my god. Oh, is that Grisha? Wow. Did Grisha just hit Dina? I don't think he did. But, you know... Also something, I do know that. I think I know that from literature. Not from literature, but from some books on parental. So, and they were based on literature. So, try to not argue in front of your children or where they can hear you. Because they will understand more than you think. You know, and see it here. Oh, Tom. Tom, you're so jolly.
係をやらされて
Yeah,
もう僕は
poor Zeke. Zeke will have, like, so much respect for this dude that he will honor his glasses, and probably the glasses will be the most precious thing to him, so... Yeah, he probably didn't.
いけないんだなのに
Yeah, you have to become one, but you don't want it. That's so sad.
選手なんてバカらしかったんだ。
Why does he say that?
バカらしくてやってられないよな。
Yes. Oh my god, I didn't realize that. I'm so dumb. Yeah, like Grisha's basically like, yeah, my son, he literally can go die. My son can go die for me. That's worth it. The cause is worth my son dying. It's not. Like, especially in this situation, it wasn't, but, you know. Also, he did put that on Eren. Like, Eren also, same thing. I do think he tried to do right by Eren, to be a better father, but that is also something Eren wanted to know what's out there, and then Grisha said, yes, I'm gonna show you when I'm back. That's how they left in episode 1, I think. So Grisha would have probably gone into this mode again with Eren as well. So Eren was safe from this a bit. But still Grisha, after Kala's death, put Eren, like, he was like, I mean, my life, yes, I sacrifice it, but you also, I will also sacrifice your life. It was a bit better, but it wasn't good. Like, at least there he staked his own life, but yeah.
母さんはなんで戦士に
Yeah, why did he become a warrior?
痛かったからさ。
Oh.
俺は研究
So does the Beast Titan have better memory into the past than the others, perhaps because people remember it more vividly and thus transport it better? That would be awesome.
全ては始祖ユミルが何かと
The founder Ymir touched something. That sounds really wrong, mate.
私はその時に起きたことを知りたいのさ。
Wow.
初めてでも巨人の記憶を探ろうと
Holy shit, yeah. He staked his life on pursuit.
戦争じゃから騎士の役立たずだ。
Man. He is a bit like Hanya, but Hanya is better at fighting, I guess. He just wants to know. He's a mix of Eren and, of Erwin and Hanya a bit, I guess. Interesting.
前に憎しみや争いもくだらないよ。
Also interesting that he's a person that doesn't like war. And I do think it is. But it's also easy to say if no one got murked in the war that you're talking about, I think. That makes it harder. Because we had that with Niccolo. As I said, Niccolo's situation and Sasha's father's situation, I probably would have taken over by hatred as well. Like if my daughter, you know? Because I can't even imagine it. Like it's so terrible. And so I guess he didn't have anyone lost. Or perhaps it's really that he has these values, that it's like, I want to know more than anything. I don't care for war. He has done terrible stuff, but I just want to know the mysteries of the Titans because that is where the knowledge is.
もう戦争ごっこに付き合ってられない私たちは
Ooh, he thinks Zeke is the same.
まともな者同士なのさ。
He called Zeke decent. And here he was. He was a decent young man. Also, does that mean that the scientist mind is still in him as well? And that might have dulled him even more.
ずっと収容区から出られなくたって
Yeah, even if you're alive. What? Even if you're alive, what?
エルディア付近派とか名の
Oh, he's gonna tell on them here?
そうだな。フクロウとかいう内通者
Ooh, they know the all.
を覚えていけば時間の問題
Ooh, is he gonna tell his parents now or try?
どうしたの
Yeah, he's thinking about telling his parents here, I think. Wow, Grisha. I love that this... Oh. I love that this side wasn't shown in Grisha's flashback. Grisha didn't realize this. Grisha, I think, did not realize it. Because it wasn't central to his flashback. It wasn't central to the story he wanted to tell Eren. Perhaps he wanted to hide his guilt, but I do think Eren knows. Otherwise, he wouldn't have talked to Zeke. Eren must know this. Yeah. Yeah.
見つかったらみんな楽園送りなんだよ
Yeah.
に送られてみんな
That is true, and they were.
今まで父さんから何を学んだんだ
Like, what the fuck, Grisha? What is he even supposed to learn? The true story, yes, I get that, but, like, to be on your side? Oh, God. Also, again, he has read it in the book. He hasn't experienced anything. Like, Zeke does, like, what?
みんなずっとこの狭い壁の中で惨めに死んでいくんだ
Yeah, but that is your dream, not his. So terrible.
そうよこれはあなたやエルディア人みんなの
Yeah.
って言ったでしょ
I mean, I get their point as well, though. Don't get me wrong. Like, they're like, man, we're fucking in the ghetto or whatever you call it. And I don't know if you call it like that. I do think, perhaps I'm getting it mixed up. But, you know, it's like, and they're like, I want a better future for you. But that's a lie. Like, we are fighting for the future of all aliens, but you are not fighting for it, and your son will die in 13 years. You will survive if the plan works, which it obviously we know it didn't, but you know, and that's such an easy thing to say. Future of all aliens. They are fighting in the end for selfish reasons, so they themselves are free. And yes, they risk it. They risk stuff, but they also risk the child.
ダメなら僕はフェイおばさんみたいにな
Wow.
この世界が狂っているからだ
Didn't say no. That was exactly the question Zeke was. Yes, that is Zeke, man. That was your question you should pose to him, and he evaded it. He evades it here. He asked him, "Is my life worth your cause?" That's pretty much what Zeke just asked him, and he's like, "But what about? This world is mean. It's unfair." Yeah, so like you still like that's reason enough to sacrifice your own only son.
フェイのような目に合わせないためには戦わなくてはいけない
But your son will. You like that's so dumb. Like I know it's like in character and everything, and it's exactly the point that it's so dumb. But man, like he's like, I don't want children to die anymore. I don't want anyone to lose their child, and he's sacrificing his child on the altar of for LDR.
今の権利を勝ち取るんだ
Wow. And there Zeke realized he didn't care, I think. I wonder because I do think Grisha didn't care for Zeke here as much as for his cause. He didn't. Otherwise, like all the reactions he had in this episode and the fact that he like shortens his life to 13 years, all those point towards him valuing his cause more than his own son. And Zeke here realizes that's why he ratted them out. So it wasn't just he did believe the other people. There was a reason for it. Like, that is the thing, though. I wonder. Let me think about that. I mean, I seriously doubt, and I don't know. I seriously doubt that ratting out people in in an authoritarian or police state or whatever, ratting out people is probably almost never because they're against the police state. Like, it's probably, and I really don't know, but I would assume it's more like, I don't like this person. That person has more than I have. That person looked at me incorrectly. That person didn't respect me this morning when I bought my groceries at their place or something, you know? Just some easy means of being petty, so to speak. And I wouldn't call Zeke here petty. Like, it's more terrible with him. Like, it's the extreme version of that. But it's basically, Zeke is like, you betrayed me, so I will now betray you. And Grisha did betray him here. He did. Interesting. My wife's Apple thing just came on and asked me things. Perhaps the CIA is currently listening in to us. Say hi to CIA to us. Hi, CIA. Anyway, like, it's so dark. But I like that all the problems and the continuation of all their problems is basically human fault, human weakness, darkness in humans. I love it. So, Titan research. Research concerning the unique power of subjects of Emir to become Titans. A field of study since the era of the Eldian Empire. It encompasses not only the biology of Titans themselves, but also the ideologies of aliens who possess the power and how to deal with them. Though researched extensively over many years, the truth of Titans still remains a mystery. Yeah, what's the truth? What's the truth? Oh yeah, there's an airship.
なんてことだ。
What's he saying? Oh. Well, he told him. He told him. He's not gonna tell on them though. He's gonna be like, you choose now.
草葉さん
Oh man, it's so sad. Yeah.
時々思い出すからね
He sacrificed himself. Oh my god, but in a different way. Oh my god, that is so sad. That is so sad. He's like, you know, my parents, they don't care for my life. Why should I care for it? So I'm gonna rat them out, I guess. I'm gonna do like they're planning terrible stuff, apparently from his perspective, I guess you could say it. And they're risking stuff at least, and they're doing evil shit. And I don't mean what they're doing with the restorationists, because Zeke just knows that's dangerous. But from his perspective, I guess his parents turned into monsters because of their thoughts. And because of this, because they were slaves to the idea of the restoration. You know? And he was like, guess I will have to die for that. You know, if they want me to die, guess, heck yes. But I don't want them to do damage to other people, I guess. I assume. And then he's like, you know what, Tom, thanks for playing with me. You are the only person Tom was probably the only person next to his grandparents that treated him like a normal person. Next to his grandparents. And that is why they were spared as well, I think. Holy fuck, man.
じゃあ行くね
Wow. And Tom cared for him. I didn't think so. Wow.
もうこれしかない。
Yeah, he wants to save the child.
君とソンは助かるはずだ。
Wow. That's true.
君は両親からひどい
Yeah.
君を愛さなかった。
Yes. That is such an interesting point now. I would not say they never loved him. I say they didn't love him enough. They didn't love him enough. I agree with Tom here. And I don't think Tom is like because Tom's in the army for some reason, for research, I guess. He said that. So he truly wants to pursue the research. And I don't really know what they want with the Beast Titan though. What exactly do they want with the Beast Titan? Yeah, what do they want with the Beast Titan? I guess they just want any Titan back, so they have one more Titan on their side. But I completely get it. I get this now from this perspective. I get it. I get it. Because it's so hard to say. Again, the video on evil is going to be interesting because you could argue Grisha and Dina here were evil to their child. And I do think you could say that. Is it evil to risk your own child for a greater cause? I mean, there are even people, and I'm not sure, I have never really thought about it. Would I save my child for humanity's future if it meant the child lived? My child or humanity? And you know, I would say right now I would probably, I don't know if I would, I probably would take my child. But who knows the details? But it's a hard question. It's basically the trolley problem on crack. One side is your child, other side is humanity. If that's the problem, yeah, what do you choose? What do you choose there? By the way, I do not think there's an answer to that question that is right or wrong. Like, objectively. But I do think for me the right answer is the child. I do think so. But it's also a very selfish answer in a way. Of course it is. Because you want to protect your own. Where have I seen that discussed? Where have I seen that discussed? I've seen it in some show discussed where someone did exactly that. Saved their child, but the whole race died. I don't remember it. I liked it though, the idea, like being like, but again, this is not this crass here. But yeah. I wonder, I do think I would choose my child. I do think I would. What would you choose if you're a parent? Like, I know it's not an easy answer, question to answer. And the answer won't be right or wrong objectively, I think. Like, I do think it's evil to like do this to your child, and I also do think it's evil to sacrifice the human race. So it's like pick your poison, I guess. Anyway, yeah. But you know, I actually never thought that. Like, I never hated Zeke for ratting them out. By the way. And I do think I never said that, but if I did, I never did. Like, Zeke must have had reasons for it. And the reasons are clear now. And I'm actually on Zeke's side here. I think. No, am I honest? Like, nah, I'm not sure. I wouldn't have told Tom, I think. I wouldn't have told Tom. But it's hard to say. But he saves his grandparents as well, because he also thinks, I do think Zeke thinks they're on the cusp of being discovered anyway, so he wants to at least save his grandparents and himself. And even though Tom was not completely right, yeah. Wow. Wow, yeah. I do think that Tom was a better father to him than Ksaver was, by the way. I do think so. The same, like... Yeah, I don't know. Same way as Kenny was a better father to Levi than Levi's father ever was, I guess, because he wasn't there. Even though Kenny was a shitty father. Until the end. In the end, I thought he was a brilliant one, but yeah. But why is Zeke doing stuff now? Oh yeah, he's grown up now. Oh yeah, he's gonna die soon. What happened though? Did that wake up his resolve? Oh, there they are. Why is Annie in the background? Annie's like Annie's in the background sulking. That's awesome. Yeah. How many are left alive? I mean, she's okay. Let's go through it. Dead, weirdly an LDR, completely broken, dead, eaten, probably somewhere I don't care about. Like, I don't really care about Galleyard currently, I have to say. Because he's too surface, like not written surface level, but he's a person that's very surface level. And I don't find that interesting. I hope they do more with him in the future. Oh yeah, and Annie. So. Wow, yeah. What will he release though? Oh, and what were those? What does that mean? Oh, really? Oh, yeah, this is Gaia stuff. It is Gaia stuff. Holy shit, what? Holy shit, man, what? What? So it's like they are one big plant that the like plant central cell can regrow or something. Interesting. Or they're like a garden. Oh my god. Holy shit.
苦しめられたりせずに済む。
Holy shit. That is really fucking dark. And you know what the most terrible thing is? That's what he took from that situation. I do think Zeke hates Titans as well. You know, I do think that's the thing. He hates Titans and he wants to make sure they're gone with every means possible, like Eren was as well. Again, the similarity. But with Zeke, it's like he just plans on like sterilizing his race so it dies out. So it's genocide. It's a very soft genocide. Like soft in that it will just like their waste will just like burn out, so to speak. Like it's not soft in that it's a genocide. Of course, it's terrible, but okay. So Zeke's genocidal.
苦しまなくてよかったんだ。
That's true, but I do think suffering is what makes people human. One of the big parts. So
クサバーさん、
what does he think?
なかったけど、私には
Oh, so he did have a family.
若く愚かだった私は腕章
Oh my god.
であることを隠したまま、妻
They were purged, I think.
妻はマーレ人。
Wow.
いつまでも騙し通せるわけもなく。
Why can't they hide it? That is something I wonder. Because they don't have passports, can't you forge them? Or is there an alien test or something? But how?
自分と息子の喉を裂いて死んだ。
Excuse me, you did what? Oh, hey, we've got a worse mother than Alma. Got a worse mother than Alma. Why the fuck, man? Why? It's so weird. I mean, obviously it's weird and like, I'm not talking about this only. But what I think is like, there are people who react so strongly against aliens, but some don't. Why doesn't she just go to a country where it's not like this? Like Hizuru or whatever it's called. Because, for example, the guards didn't act like this. But I guess it's like, yeah. I mean, that's realistic. Not everyone's like really hateful all the time to people. Some just probably don't care, but yeah. So she ended her own life and her son's and his son's life. But he was a red, like he had a red armband already, so he was already a warrior. Like, wasn't he an honorary Malian then? No. Yes, he must have been, because that was introduced with the warrior idea. So
殺の方法に飛びついたに過ぎない。
why does he have the red band when he's talking about like after that I became a warrior? Perhaps it's like him in the present, like almost seeing his past in front of him because he dropped the ball, literally. So, oh, and his son played baseball with him. Oh God, and that's why he sees Zeke as his son, because he plays baseball with him.
だが、
So they were substitute father and son for each other. That's so fucking dark and sad.
研究に没頭し、君と出会い、
Wow, yeah. 13 years have passed now. It's been fun, yeah.
亡き息子を君に求め、
Yeah.
罪から逃れようとした。
So he thinks his sins are alien as well. Being alien is a sin, he thinks. Yeah. That's so sad, man. But so would he agree here with him? That's the question.
だってこの世に生まれてこなければ。
Wow, yeah, he's got the Historia Ehren problem.
始祖奪還計画を成功さ
Wow. So that's his plan of saving the world.
せ、巨人の恐怖から解き放ち、
Wow.
君から解放するんだ。
But you will kill your own people. Like, that's such a dark place. Like, imagine there's a people that has this terrible proclivity to darkness in them. but also the proclivity, or no, the proclivity, that's the wrong word, the potential for terrible darkness, but also terrible good and more power than others do have. Would you eradicate them? It's so interesting. The question is basically always, what is good? I do think that's the central question somehow. What's good for, like, and what does that mean? And how do you contend with the problem that good for you and good for society are not always the same? And what is, like, how do you solve that problem? I do think in general, with good and evil, that the biggest problem is if you manage to define one of those, in most cases, you still have the problem. What if there is you now and you in the future? Who do you decide for? And what you in society, who do you decide for? Because I can't think of any definition of good or evil that includes all of that. It will only be if you are a person that's acting now, if you're a person that acts for the future, then X is good. I do think you can do that. But what if those are at odds? If something would be good now but evil later, or something evil now and good later, and you knew. Is it good or evil then? Like, in what way? It's so complicated. And because this is like the same thing, it is good that there are no more Titans, but it is evil to end your race, obviously. So, because who are you to judge that? Who are you to who is he to decide? And the thing is, he's his father now. He became his father. Because his father sacrificed his son for his cause, and now Zeke is like, no, that was bad. I would sacrifice every son and every daughter for the cause. Like, he doesn't realize it though, obviously. Man. What is the vow renouncing war? I don't know what that is. What? Yes? Yeah. So he has to ally with the founding titan. Interesting. He's the key to the lock. Wow. Holy shit, man. Yeah. Why are they applauding? Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. I love that his mode, man, it is so brilliant. It was basically, he grew up without a father. And there is a void then, I think, because we know the data. Like, we know the data about not having fathers. Like, on average, not in every case, on average, it's really fucking bad for children and not having a father. I mean, that is the rough version. Obviously, there are nuances to that. As I said, it's not for everyone. Like, it's not for everyone. And also it is like if the father's there sometimes, it's not as bad. And, it's like not like black or white, of course not. But in general, the void a father leaves is something we know in literature. That's pretty well documented, how fucking bad that can be. And it can lead to the children being sometimes criminals, sometimes antisocial. And yeah, they try to fill that void. It is also like, it is the same with religion, I do think. And I don't mean religion as in the big religions that exist in the world, like Christianity or Islam or anything. Like, you know, I mean religious thinking. I do think, like, if you don't ascribe to a religion, there is religious thinking you have about something, about what you are a slave to, I think. That's why I love the slave to thing they brought up, and it's used here a lot. And it's, for example, with Florence the most prominent, and that's why it's so brilliant that what you are a slave to is what your religion is, so to speak. And I don't mean a religion with like big rules and anything, it's just one thing. But it is similar, I do think, because it's the core of your being and your hardest belief. Like, or whatever, deepest belief. Your deepest belief is your one thing you're a slave to. Your deepest belief is that that's the truth, in that it's right, not like logical truth, obviously. And Zeke here exactly was left without a father, and he looked for another one. And that made him into a person who has these euthanasia thoughts now. Like, it was really fucking detrimental. Because while I do think he really despised Grisha, I do also think, because he was raised like that, it's something that is okay to sacrifice children for a cause. And he does. He sacrifices all the potential future children of aliens for the cause of peace. And the peace is also only peace from Titans. Mali is still a fucking war power. They're gonna be a war power. There's gonna be even more terrible war, at least for a while. Because if there are no Titans anymore, you know, Mali doesn't have the pole position anymore. Like we saw the last battle. We saw the last battle where they had problems even with their Titans. And if the Titans are no more, war will ravage the land for probably tens of years. And I'm interested, why did Zeke not say anything to that? Because when it was revealed that the Titans were becoming obsolete, they're not a danger anymore, you know? So, and I love, though, that he does it for the person who loved him. Because Grisha didn't love him enough. I do think he loved him, but didn't love him enough, so, yeah. What's he talking about? Oh, that's after season 2. I was wondering about that last time when Zeke, no, this is not, yeah, when Zeke, like, poisoned with the gas everyone. There were soldiers there from Mali, and I didn't, like, I was like, and then I was like, when I went to bed, I was like, wait, how did they get there? That, yeah, they're just parking their ship in the harbor, I guess. Okay, so Zeke here knows that Eren's his half-brother, I guess. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. Yeah, father's missing. Ooh, Zeke knows here. Holy fuck, yeah. That father, awesome writing. He's got a trauma. He's got such a fucking trauma. Look, he's the little boy again that cried outside of the door. The little boy that cried outside of the door, where his father was mad. That's so fucking dark, man. Yeah. Yeah, he thinks he was just doing the same thing. Yeah. And there they meet. Wow. Did he write to him? Who initiated this? Oh, so Yelena told him. Oh. Wow. That is so fucked that Eren is Zeke's father as well now. because that's probably one of the strongest personalities in Eren, Grisha. So Grisha also is currently there with them, and he's probably also stopping Eren from really fucking harming Zeke. So interesting.
結果を皆殺しにした時の記憶。
Yeah.
まだ小さな子供たちを虫みたいに潰して。
Yeah. So Eren now knows what it feels to crush a child in his hand. Brilliant. Old mate hatred is growing, I see.
巨人は王家の手に渡り。
Wow, yeah.
俺たち壁内人類は。
So this vow renouncing war, is that like some magic vow all Eldians automatically have because the king made it?
真珠を
Not sure.
俺たちを生かした。
Oh, sacrificing kids again. Yeah, that's the theme here in this episode. What is it worth sacrificing the kids for? Jesus Christ, man.
そう思ったのか。
Was father right?
その親父に育てられた俺も。
Really? So what's the right thing?
来なければ、この町の住民も。
Yes, what about it?
巻き込まれて死ぬことはなかった。
Wow.
これ以上の救済はない。
That is one of the most nihilistic and anti-life things I've ever heard. What the fuck, Eren? There's no greater salvation than never being born in this world. My opinion, and really, really just opinion again, is that it's at least for me, like I can't speak for other people, so I won't say this is something that's generally true. But for me, it's like if I would stop to contend with the suffering and terribleness that is in the world. And I mean, I've seen many people have seen worse, I guess. So, but I do think that feels so wrong, not contending with the world. Because it's a challenge. And it's a fucked up, dark challenge, but not ever being born, I wouldn't want that. There's so many good memories in my head that, like, if they never existed, it's not even a useful thought. If you have never existed, like, you wouldn't conceptualize those thoughts. So, like, because there's no salvation, you don't feel it. You don't even exist. Like, it's such a fallacy. Okay, so Eren wants to end Titans. He will euthanize all his people. Wow, man, that's so fucking dark. Oh. And the thing is, he just cries tears without like really letting like showing it. And when he was a child, he like really fucking cried really hard, so he's dead inside already in a way. That is true. Better not make contact just yet. Does he need to be in Beast Titan form though? Oh, you are so warped, mate. That's so warped. Holy fuck, man. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think so. It does, though. It's a pleasant way to die. What lives did you save, though? Wow. Okay, so that's Mikasa's thing in the end. I guess she's gonna be like, you forgot the beauty. I mean, I guess it's obvious. Like, they're basically hitting me on the head with that. That's so the argument, because I do think the argument is somewhat strongly constructed of better not be born, but the twist on that, like the attack on that argument is gonna be, but there's beauty and wonders. That is what Armin wants, so to speak. and what Mikasa also sees. I do think Eren now, or like old mate hatred, only sees the terrible cruelty, like Zeke. Mikasa sees both, I guess, and Armin sees mostly the beauty, or that's what he strives for. Like all of them did see all of it, like some cruelty, some beauty. Like don't get me wrong, but like that's their focal thing. So awesome stuff. Oh my god. Oh, what did he do? Did he fire it? Yes, he did. Oops. And now? What's he doing? Why did he do that? He just hoped he wouldn't die? Oh, poor horse. I mean, Quasar is watching, he's inside of him. So, yeah. Why would he nuke himself? To escape? To show people where they are? Or to hope that the Beast Titan goes to someone else? Because no, that wouldn't work. They need Historia then. Ooh. Ooh, what's gonna happen now? That was an awesome episode, though. Like, I really, really enjoyed it. But the thing is, I still think Zeke's a fucking piece of shit. Like, even though he's got a sob backstory, like, I get it, but he didn't learn anymore. Like, he stopped learning. That's why I think he's a fucking piece of shit. He stopped learning and, like, became corrupted and ideologically possessed by the idea of nihilism. Is it really nihilism, though? He's basically advocating for nothingness. So it's not the nihilism that's, like, probably technically... Like, normally, technically, nihilism is like, oh, nothing does matter. But, like, his nihilism is like, there should be nothing. So it's probably another word, and I just used nihilism incorrectly here. So, yeah. Interesting. So they both... So Zeke, I understand why he says the world is full of cruelty. Also interesting that the beauty he has with the baseball, playing baseball, is still within him, and he uses it in tea. Also, by the way, that is also fucked up. And this is reaching, again, of course, it is reaching, but how I see it, that he uses the baseball throws, he needs to make them evil in some, like a bit. Perhaps to himself, subconsciously, of course, only. Because if he wouldn't throw baseball stones at scouts and kill them with that, he couldn't make the argument that him having learned baseball was cruel and evil. And he couldn't have seen it as something that caused pain, perhaps. Perhaps he sees, like, because there was this scene, I got carried away again. I have to rewatch it on the rewatch. But yeah, that was a weird scene where he was like, I also cursed, like, that was where I completely fucking went mad at him and cursed him. But basically, that scene was weird. We have to rewatch that, I guess, one day. So, you know? But yeah, like, he had pleasant memories of a father that played baseball with him. He had that. So, there's not even in his life, there's only cruelty. So, what's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen here? What's gonna happen? Let's see. I mean, you will see it soon. I will see it now. And hope you liked this reaction. I probably missed some stuff here in interpreting it, I feel, but I did think it was, again, very complex. Like, this time of Grisha and Zeke, that is a complex time in this story because a lot of things get set in motion. But little, I wouldn't say everyday terriblenesses, but like this dude, like, putting water on him. That's basically what started Zeke's euthanasia thing a bit. Like, something else might have started it, but it was like this little thing in everyday life that brought him over the edge. And with Grisha as well, like, just wanting to watch an airship brought him over the edge in the end. So, interesting things, like, just some small things where there is cruelty, and the cruelty, like, took hold of them and the situations and grew rampant. And because Eren now sees all the hatred, or at least probably subconsciously feels all the hatred of his past selves, of Warhammer founding and Attack Titan, man, yeah. He probably wants to be free of the pain himself, you know? Subconsciously, at least. Anyway, let's see. Hope you liked this, as I said, and I will see you soon. Bye. Also, if you want to support my horror content, check out Volume 1 of my horror series called Remnants of the Old Truth, which is available for free as an audiobook on Vidith22's horror channel. Link is pinned in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and take care.